Hi there, Loy Machedo, speaking to you from LoyMachedo.com. Who is Loy Machedo and Think Personal Branding? So the 1st of January 2020 and the first video. All right. Before I do move in, housekeeping announcements. These are the updates. This is in case you're new. These are the updates of the UAE and the Middle East shared to me by expatriates who are based in the Middle East who cannot actually talk about the Middle East due to the laws of the country. Now, if you are interested to know from where I get my information, wherever I can share the news link, it'll be put down in the description and in the comment section below. Timestamp will be put there because these videos are generally long. They have lots of information. If you agree or disagree, or you have comments where you'd like to interact with me or share your views, please put them down in the comment section below. I never delete or block, I never delete any comments, but if you spam, you will be blocked. Okay, contact details in case you want to get in touch with me is also put down below. Whatever you share with me is kept strictly anonymous. And finally, if you'd like to support this channel, please do watch the ads on the video. That help me a little bit. At the same time, if you'd like to sponsor or you'd like to pay a little bit of money, my PayPal details also put down below. That is optional if you want, because these videos do take time to research, to edit, and to upload. So if you'd like to help and support the channel, I am very grateful. So now let's quickly move in. The first I'd like to share with you is this interesting link that was sent to me by an expatriate from UAE. He said, Loy, check this out. This is an old video of UAE. In this video, if you actually check, they share some of the old footage of UAE. Really interesting. I really found it nice. Do watch it. The second one that was shared to me was someone who shared this video is slightly graphic. Do watch it at your own discretion. It's about this boy who got burnt, completely burnt. His fingers, his face, his whole body literally melted. It's pretty graphic, really horrific. But if you watch it, it's a very loving boy. I mean, it takes a lot of courage to even go through what he has gone through. Very, very graphic. So in case any one of you is going through self-pity or self-doubt or needs inspiration, I would say watch this video. It's really powerful. The next one is sent to me by someone who says, Loy, not all transgender people are bad. This is a man who identifies himself as a woman, or you could say in India they say chakka, or trans woman as they say. This trans woman who considers male, who considers himself a female, is a mother to 45 HIV affected children. Please do watch this video. Really powerful. I really found it very moving. Okay, so those were the videos that I recommend. Now, a couple of general stuff that people have shared with me. One expatriate shared with me this news article from Gulf News, which states that now men's makeup is the next big thing. In my personal opinion, I would say that men's makeup was there right from before. However, it was not very mainstream in the Middle East. Please be careful if you are planning to move into putting makeup, because when I used to be in UAE and I used to dress up for GITEX, that is Gulf International Technology Exhibition, I used to put, nail polish black on my fingers. I got stopped by the CID because they did question me, are you cross-dressing, or, this is not allowed. So just be careful. In Muslim countries, men putting on makeup is not generally accepted. So though it might be a fashion statement, it's not acceptable. The next one, someone actually did a little bit of research on me and said, Loy, I found you on Reddit. And this was actually written about me on Reddit. It's actually an old one where I spoke about Keralites. Now, in case you jump the bandwagon and like to brand me as being racist, just so that you know, my father, Daniel Machedo, was from Kochi, Kerala. Sorry, Kannur or Kochi? Kochi, I think. Yeah, Kochi, Kerala. I never met him because my mother and him got divorced. He was a playboy, very big heart. He had many girlfriends. So I always had my roots that were Keralite. Although I was born in Bombay, raised in Dubai, but almost all my friends were Keralites. I studied in Saj Indian Malbari school, which is full of Keralites. So my roots are actually half Keralite, though I was never there. I have so many friends who are Keralites. So if any one of you likes to have a look at this Reddit, here's a link, which will be put down in the description. And I did speak about Keralites being smart, however, they need to undergo a little bit of physical transformation, which I mentioned in this video. But then again, some Keralites didn't like it, some Keralites liked it. Whatever, you watch it, give me your thoughts. Okay, and remember, I'm speaking about my own roots, as you can call it. So I guess I have a right to say that. Let's move on to last bit. This is one girl sent me this. She said, Loy, look at what is happening to the world. It's a Disney star who's now making more money getting into the adult entertainment business. I don't see anything wrong with this because end of the day, people, once you're grown up, once you're an adult, you can choose whatever you want. She's not hurting anyone. She's not harming anyone. She's just making porno videos of her, sexual videos of her, selling it, making some money. I don't see any harm. There is a demand for it and she's providing a service. She's not hurting anyone. She's getting paid for it. People are paying money. When you're a grown-ass adult, I think you should be left alone to do whatever you want. So now, moving on to the international news, which I do feel will have some impact on the Middle East. The first one is, which was shared by Gulf News, the banks are set for the biggest job loss since 2015. More than 50 banks will be cutting down on their staff because they expanded too aggressively. There will be a total of 77,780 jobs will be lost. You could say the highest was in 2015 where 91,000 jobs were lost, 91,448. So this time they say it's 77,000 jobs. I feel in the Middle East, at least 50% of the banks will reduce in terms of their number of people, because that is why mergers are taking place. That is why they are outsourcing jobs, because they need to cut down on overhead. So please make sure that you are prepared for this. I always tell people, make sure your resume is completely ready. Make sure that you approach a professional. And a resume is not about copy paste, which I always tell people. It's reading each and every word in that resume, understanding that the word should match your personality, that it should sell you to the employer. Avoid generic stuff like dynamic, hardworking, excellent in communication, is a leader, so many years experience, all this, or informing the person, this is what I used to do in the office. This doesn't add any value. Sell yourself. Sell yourself by telling them how you can actually prove to be a benefit to the company, how you can stand out from the rest of the competition, how you are positioning yourself as an industry leader. This takes a little bit of work, okay? Approach a professional, sit down with them. I generally, when I work with my clients, it takes around 2 weeks to design a simple basic resume. Well, if you're a college fresher or you're someone who's only asking for $1,000, I can do it in an hour. But when you're talking of a professional who is looking for a salary increment or who's looking for a job in an industry where he wants to get a 40% increase, this takes thought, this takes effort. So please be prepared for it. The reason I'm telling you prepare is maybe the next news will wake you up. This one is from Bloomberg and it's from quite a number of the business-based articles, news links or media houses. Houston-based McDermott, which was one of the global leaders in, which build oil platforms and, provide services for gas export plants. They are filing for bankruptcy. They reported a loss of revenues of 2.1 billion, net loss of 1.9 billion, and they also lost a lot in terms of their shares. They need $2 billion to revive themselves, which I doubt anyone would want to take the risk. The reason being is engineering companies and construction firms have lost 90% of their values. That was in 2019. You have many of the top CEOs and CFOs resigning and leaving because, people like to believe it's because of their hard work or their vision that they can steer a company to success. But if the market is going down, you can do only so very little. It's very rare that you get visionaries like Elon Musk. Most of the people are generally just trying to juggle different balls and just trying to make things work. But end of the day, it's very simple maths. You cut down your expenses, cut down your overheads, focus on pushing people towards aggressive sales, getting deals on cost-to-cost basis or with very small margins. That's how you survive. So this is McDermott. They are cutting down people. And in the Middle East, many oil companies will be terminating staff who are being paid excessively, and they'll be retaining only those who actually work and prove their worth. United States, for those who are thinking of migrating there and thinking life is very easy, this news was a shocker to me because Washington Post reports that the employment green card has a backlog of 800,000 people, predominantly Indians. So you have 800,000 immigrants who are working legally in USA, but they are waiting for their green card. And nobody's talking about it because the focus is Donald Trump and the wall and the problems that the impeachment process is taking right now. But here it seems that this is a real issue. And if you are in the United States and you're one of those immigrants, you'll have to wait at least 50 years to get a green card. Speaking about Indians and India, in India, BBC.com reported that Indian university teaches doctors about ghosts. It seems that they believe ghosts do exist, and they teach that. So it's pretty questionable how valid or how much value Indian education is abroad. That is why if anyone from India were to go to Canada or USA or anywhere in the West, they don't take your education so very seriously unless it's from an Ivy League or from a reputed university. They ask you to reappear for the exam, or if you go there, let's say in your 30s, they will ask you to join the most basic low-level job, and there you have to start from scratch. So that is why if you're planning to migrate, I always tell people, study something in that country that you're planning to migrate, get a degree, a master's from there, and then you'll be recognized. And speaking about Indians, well, I don't know if you saw my video about CAA and that NRC or NCR, NRC, National Register for Citizens. Yeah, okay. I spoke about why Salman Khan, Amir Khan, Shah Rukh Khan, those are Indian film actors in case you do not know, and Sadhguru, who's an Indian god man, why they spoke or didn't speak about these issues. But here you have a BJP worker who, for the love of Modi, has, uplifted him to the position of God. So he has built a temple for Prime Minister Modi, and he worships Modi as God, and he considers him to be like God. So those of you who admire Modi to that level, well, here is something good for you, that you can worship Modi if you like. However, for the people who don't actually worship Modi, who consider him to be a leader, this news, which was released on September 17, 2019 from Bloomberg, it says that Modi's so-called claim that he's going to make India's economy $2 trillion, which is really like, wow, I've never heard of that number being talked about in India. Well, it doesn't seem to be coming to reality. The reason being is most of the investors are now withdrawing their money from the Indian market. Thanks to Modi's leadership, you have to give credit where credit is due. He convinced foreign investments or foreign investors to invest $45 billion into the Indian economy. So they did in the last 6 years. However, they are seeing that, all these big promises are not actually happening. So slowly by slowly, people are withdrawing. It seems it has been the biggest exodus this year since 1999. As per this article, it's in the euphoria about Modi from 2014 has tapered off, and now for 5 straight quarters, the economy is slowing down. Car sales have shrunk, capital investment has plunged, unemployment rate has climbed to a 45-year high. The nation's banking system is crashing because it has a bad loan repayment ratio. So I'll be pretty interested to know, if you're a Modi supporter, what do you think about this? Is this fake news? Is this real news? Or, I'm talking of Bloomberg. I'm not talking of any other, publishing house. And if you're still a Modi supporter, this news was making rounds. A man from Udupi, that is from Mangalore, where my mother and my stepfather is from, it seems that this guy abused the Saudi king and called on social media for a mandir, or that is a temple, to be built in Mecca to support the faith or support Modi. He claims to be a Modi supporter. However, the twist in the story, the twist in the story is his family says that his Facebook account was hacked, and they are saying that these allegations are false. This guy, his name is Banghera. Banghera, what's his full name? I can't get his name here. Okay, so this guy, his name is Banghera. I'll put his name if I get it later. He was working as a AC mechanic in a factory in Saudi Arabia for this company, Gulf Carton Factory Company. Okay. Oh, his name is Harish Banghera. Okay. So Gulf Carton, they distanced themselves from him. In a Facebook post, they said, it was posted by this guy, Musa Abdullah. He said, Gulf Carton has released a statement stating, we at Gulf Carton Factory Company want your attention to what happened in relation to the unethical posts by Harish Banghera from his personal Facebook account. It was unacceptable, and we have immediately terminated Mr. Harish Banghera from his duties and company contract. We condemn such activities, and we have reported this to the police, the Ministry of Labour and Saudi authorities for further action. We assure everyone that we have zero tolerance for such acts. Respectfully, Engineer Mashari A.M. Jabbar, General Manager for Gulf Carton Factory Company. Well, it's pretty obvious. When you're in a country, respect the laws, even if you don't agree with their religious views or the leader or whatever. Once you leave the country, then you can speak your mind. But when you're in the country, especially if you're an immigrant or especially if you are a worker, respect the country. Then what do you think? What are your views? Do you think his account was hacked? Do you think it was a fake news? I did get a message from somebody who said that his account was indeed hacked because he doesn't speak English. So he didn't speak English. Who posted it is a big question. So let me know your thoughts. I'm very interested. I keep an open mind. I'm not saying that he's bad or Modi said, hey, for him to do this. But I can tell you something, that Modi is not going to interfere in Saudi law, because you break a rule, you break a rule. And nobody's interested in this poor, low wage earners. If you're a celebrity or if you're someone big, yes, you can pull strings. But if you're poor, nobody cares. Okay. Moving on to Middle East news, you have this one. I'm not too sure if this is fake news or real news. It seems that Oman ruler is dead. Sultan Qaboos is dead. Is this true? Is this false? I would really like to know if it is. You can send me a WhatsApp message or you can send me a private email to let me know if this is true or not. The second one is Qatar's Emir, Sheikh Tamim, he skipped the summit in Saudi Arabia. I don't blame him. But obviously, when they can kill people like Jamal Khashoggi, why can't they do this to him? He's pretty smart. And people were speculating that is Qatar going to make friendship with Saudi and UAE? It's not going to happen. This very well proves it. And if you still buy or believe that Saudi, Qatar, and UAE is going to make peace and they have forgotten the past, this news should confirm. Tribune.com has reported that the Malaysian Prime Minister, Mahathir Mohamad, hosted a summit where they called on all the Muslim countries or leaders of Muslim countries to come together to discuss how they can eliminate Islamophobia and bring Islam or Muslim countries in the front. So almost all the countries came. However, the controversy was Pakistan that said, yes, I'm coming, or Pakistan's leader, Imran Khan, he backed out at the last minute. And the reason for this, Turkish President Tayyip Erdogan, I hope I got his name right, okay, Erdogan, he said that, this is as per him, or as per the news article, he said that they had invited Iranian President Hassan Rouhani, who came there, Qatar's Emir Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, he came there. So it's very simple. If Iran comes there, do you think Saudi would be there? Absolutely not. If Qatar would come there, would the UAE be there? Absolutely not. See, here's the thing. the biggest rivals are always the people from the same religion, Christian with Catholics and Protestants, Shia and Sunni. So here, when you have Iran, Saudi will never come. When you have Qatar, UAE will never come. So it seems that Pakistan's Prime Minister Imran Khan wanted to come there to show unity, but at the last moment he said, "I'm sorry, I want to maintain neutrality." Okay. However, you had Turkish President Recep, I don't know, his name is Recep, okay, Erdogan, I think that's better. Turkish President Erdogan, he said that Saudi Arabia pressurized Pakistan to shun the Kuala Lumpur summit because he threatened Riyadh would send 4 million Pakistani workers back to Pakistan, and they would, bring in Bangladeshis, and they would also withdraw the support of billions of dollars that they have given Pakistan. Well, it's very simple. If I help you, I expect you to respect me and do what I say. Otherwise, why should I help you? So I don't see anything wrong here. This is politics, and this is how politics is played. Okay, let's move on to UAE-based news. The first one is, I told you, the banks are merging, and you have Dubai Islamic Bank shareholders approve the acquisition of Noor Bank. So lots of people from Noor Bank and Dubai Islamic Bank will be terminated. Get ready for this. Expo 2020 opens up with new roads. Well, that's good news for people who are traveling to and fro Expo. But why am I stating this news? Is because as for this article, it says that the cost for this roads is 3 billion dirhams. So if 3 billion dirhams was spent on these roads, where is the money coming from? So obviously they will charge somebody. So who's the somebody? Well, I'll leave it up to you to guess and decide who's going to pay this money. Then you have UAE, which is now practicing public relations or trying to build its image, brand image, which is the smart thing to do. You have this YouTube channel, which has lately been speaking very positively about UAE, which is a smart move. The previous one was about Dubai being an amazing place, and now he has come out with Abu Dhabi being a very powerful emirate, or the most powerful emirate in the world. I wonder how many more emirates are there. Anyway, watch the video. It's not bad. It positions UAE in a positive light, which I think is totally necessary. However, some other bits of news is a big question, like Gulf News stated that good news. And what is the good news is Dubai, that is the stock market, spiked with gains. So I was like, wow, it spiked with gains. And when I checked, it rose by 1%. So 1% is a wow. So I don't know, 1%, is it so great? After falling down, I think 80% or 90%, 1%, I guess you can look at it from the bright side of life. Then you have National.ae that reports UAE is officially the best travel destination in the world. I'm not hating on UAE, but I'm asking myself, when I think of UAE, what is there to see? You have the erection right in the middle of Dubai, the middle finger or whatever, the spiky building. You have that Ferrari World. You have the Sheikh, the big mosque. What else do you have in Dubai that is wow? Shopping malls, Dubai Mall. What else do you have? Can you think of anything like, wow? Okay, camels. Okay, a little bit of desert. What else? See, Dubai, don't get me wrong. I'm not hating on Dubai. It's great for a shopper's paradise, but it's very small. So why is this the best travel destination in the world? Why? I don't know. I read the article, didn't find anything. So I felt this is very much a PR exercise. So you can tell me why. Maybe there's something I don't know after being there for 40 years. So anyway, maybe this can be one of the reasons. The next news, Khaleej Times. Once again, I have lost count of the number of times news like this has been published. 80% off. I don't know, it's not even funny anymore. You have 90% off, you have 3 days, 95% off, you have 80% off. I mean, I begin to think, that means how can you sell a product at 90% off? Just imagine if the iPhone was $1,000, you're selling the iPhone for $100. How is it possible? That means you had 90% as what? The margin? It just doesn't make sense. There's something fishy. Either you're selling fake goods, or you're selling outdated goods, or you're selling something that is really fishy. Okay, like the Pierre Cardin. Pierre Cardin is always clearance sale in UAE, so it's 90% off throughout from the age of 20. I've seen Pierre Cardin's clearance sale. They're clearing the sale from the past 20 years. It's 90% off, limited time from the last 20 years. Pierre Cardin. Okay, you tell me if I'm wrong. So I don't know. See, this is what I tell people. Buy only what is necessary. Cash is power. Cash is king. And please, even if you want to buy, it's your money. But please do not spend on a credit card. Please, please, please do not buy these useless things on a credit card. Okay, that's what I would say. But if you're using, let's say you're an athlete and you're running and you're buying shoes, okay, fine. You're buying gear that is for office, fine. Otherwise, don't buy. Please, I'm requesting you, don't buy. Bad days are coming. Savings is power. Okay. The next one is, which I totally agree, in Miami Herald, it's the Emirati diplomat. He says that promoting tolerance takes time. He is absolutely right. It's not promoting tolerance, it's promoting the image of UAE will take time. And the reason why it'll take time is because UAE has a really bad record. And my gut feeling, I've been observing 2019. I think what has been happening is because UAE and Saudi ganged up against Qatar, now they have real enemies, and enemies who were once your close friend. When you have a close friend and when you have a fallout with your close friend knows your real dark, deep, dark, dirty secrets. So the very fact that UAE has been exposed in so many fronts, I think it's because Qatar is employing those people to expose these, which I'll be sharing with you coming up next. What are the exposes? So they are saying that UAE is trying to be a tolerant nation, which is why they built that temple, which is why they invited the Pope, which is why they're doing all this, hugging of Modi and all that stuff. It's good, but the thing is, you can't change something that's deeply embedded in the culture, in the core of a personality. Let's say, for example, I have been violent and beating and hitting people, for the past, 50 years of my life. Now, all of a sudden, I'm hugging people and telling, I love you, nice. People are not going to fall for it. They're like, there should be something wrong. And that something wrong is UAE needs money. UAE needs cash. It's realized, we lived an expensive, flamboyant lifestyle. We don't have the money anymore. Then, that vision of building Palm Island, 1, 2, 3, waterfront, richest, biggest, tallest in the boom period. Sheikh Mohammed thought he was invincible. He could build anything and everything and succeed. And he had so many people who had the yes, sir, you can, vision, vision, vision. Well, eventually there was a limit, after which it just fell down. So, you know what I'm talking about. So, here the Emirati diplomat says it takes time, and they put this photograph of this Emirati couple, local, who are standing next to a giant Christmas tree. You have this guy who keeps promoting positive videos. I can't get his name right now. He always puts positive videos, talking about poor people, talking about Christmas. I can't get his name, man. He's a very popular Emirati vlogger. Okay, him and his wife. So I'm not saying that he is fake. He must be very genuine, but he markets only the nicey, happy, goody stuff about UAE. So, that is one of the strategies. Even Mo vlogs always shows the positive side of UAE. Okay. And this is a funny news. They are trying to position as a positive. They said UAE's property is at a 7-year low, which is kind of good if you have excess money and you want to buy and sell. But if you do buy, let me tell you that if you do buy, if you purchase, not do buy, if you do purchase, expect it to remain with you for quite some time. It's not going to sell like hotcakes. It's not like you buy now and you sell next month. If you buy now, I would say buy from someone who's desperate for cash, really desperate, needs the cash, or he'll go to jail. Buy that and you can sell for 10%, 15%, max 20%. But then again, to get buyers, remember this much: if something is selling for 100,000, you cannot sell it for 100,000. You buy, if the market price is 100,000, you should buy it for 50 or less, and you can sell it for maybe 80. That is if you're lucky. Otherwise, nobody's going to buy it. Okay. And please don't fall for these property giants like Emir and Akil and all that. If you buy, you'll be slapped with hidden charges and costs. I'm telling you from people who have already bought their properties. And shop around. Don't buy on impulse. Never buy. Don't have the FOMO, as they say, fear of missing out. Relax. Say, I'll buy it. And if you lose a deal, you still have the cash with you. You can always buy. Okay. UAE is also marketing and positioning itself as a fair player. In ArabianBusiness.com, they said Dubai's Deyaar claimed its victory over Limitless. Neither of them, I think, are government-based. So if it was against the government, I think you wouldn't succeed. You wouldn't hear any positive news. But you can prove me if I'm wrong or correct me if I'm wrong. Deyaar is not part of the government. Limitless is not part of the government. But Deyaar won against Limitless, and Limitless has to pay 411 million, which is $112,000, and a compensation of 61 million dirhams. The article, however, doesn't state how Limitless is going to pay, because if you don't have the money, how are you going to pay? And who's going to pay it? I checked their website. There is no CEO, there's no owner, nobody's mentioned. So anyway. And last but not the least, in terms of the positive, happy news, somebody sent me this. Dubai is my favorite mall, and this female, Jacqueline Fernandez, says Dubai is my favorite mall. I didn't know who's Jacqueline Fernandez, so I Google searched. Seems that she is an Indian actress. I have no idea who she is. I'm not trying to say that, I'm so sophisticated, but I don't watch Indian movies, so I don't know who's this female. You can tell me if she's someone popular, so I'm just sharing because someone shared it with me. Okay. Now, this was the positive news. Now, let me give you the news which really doesn't make any sense to me. You tell me if it makes sense, because for me, personally, this news doesn't make sense. The first one, Wired.me, that is Wired Middle East, and Arabian Business, both of them shared. So Wired Middle East shared, inside Mohammed Abrar's heavyweight slugfest versus Amazon. And Arabian Business shared that Noon.com's founder says it's his duty to make this region's e-commerce sector, is to make sure that this region, that is the Middle East, doesn't get dominated by foreign companies. So what they're trying to show is Alabbar. I hope I got his name. Alabbar. Okay, Alabbar. Finally, I think I got his name right. He versus Jeff Bezos. It kind of, you can correct me if I'm wrong. It's like an ant telling an elephant, I'm going to squish you. He's telling this giant elephant. Ant is telling the elephant, I'll squish you. I don't think Jeff Bezos would even look in that direction. Because Jeff Bezos is fucking big. What is Alabbar's achievement? He was the leader for Emir, the CEO for Emir during the boom period. That's all he did. That's all he achieved. There's nothing else that he has done which is a success. Noon.com is just started. It's nothing. I don't know why they're making it like, wow, he's going to do this. Seriously. Check anywhere else in the world. Is even Amazon even talking about, Noon.com? In fact, Amazon acquired Souk, right? Although it's not working out very well. So what is Noon? I don't know. Do you buy anything from Noon? Has anyone purchased anything from Noon? Is Noon selling authentic stuff? I've not purchased anything from there. I've not even checked the website. Means I've seen it, but I've not purchased, scan through it. So have you bought anything from there? Is it like, wow? Or is it just like anything else? So you let me know your thoughts. The second one that didn't make sense to me. This was from Gulf News. which stated Dubai police arrested one of the world's most wanted criminals. Now, why is this not making sense to me? I'll tell you why. Dubai brags about being the most sophisticated and secure country in the world. Okay? Sorry, not Dubai, UAE. Now, at the airport, they are saying they scan the eyes, they scan the face, they scan everything. Okay? Dubai is moving towards wanting to profile each and every person that comes in, like China. Okay? It's going to profile each and every face, so you wouldn't need a passport. Now, my question is, how did he pass through the airport? Didn't they scan his eyes? Didn't they check his fingerprints? How did he move through the airport? What, he changed his fingerprints? He changed his eyeballs? Okay, I know fake passports. People make fake passports. How did he do that? He changed his eyeballs? He changed his fingers? Come on, man. It's an inside job. It's an inside job that he managed to pass through the airport. I feel there is something funny about this news because it just doesn't make sense. If you're a country that claims that you have eye scan, you have finger scan, you have face scan, you have such sophisticated technology like DarkMatter that you can, scan, people's cell phones, which is true. They can do that. What happened to ToTok? Yeah. How did he enter without your knowledge? And he entered, and now you're claiming he's caught. I just feel there's something fishy. You can tell me if I'm wrong, because the number of scammers, the number of fraudsters, the number of people who are escaping, the law, they are in UAE. That's not from my pocket. You just Google search. I'm giving you news, okay? So, like you have that guy from India. What is that? A Pakistani bomber. That guy. Pakistani guy who was into bombing Mumbai blast. I can't get his name, man. Maybe I'll search. He was in Dubai. He was doing his wedding, his relative's wedding, and Dawood Ibrahim. Yes, Dawood Ibrahim. He was there in Dubai. Osama bin Laden was at American hospital. It's not an urban legend. It's a fact. I was there in Dubai when this was circulating in the news. Now they removed every bit of evidence from there. So I'm not saying that Dubai is a hub for evil people and all that, but the Middle East countries, they're still not developed to the point where you can catch each and every one. And keep this in mind. If they stop all illegal money from coming in, they stop black money from coming in, the economy is going to crash. Whether it's India, whether it's Pakistan, whether any country in the world, they need money to flow in and out. Okay? You cannot get rid of corruption. You can't get rid of hackers. You can't get rid of bad people. In Dubai, it's impossible for bad people not to exist. And for this guy to get caught, my question is, how did he enter the country in the first place? So you can tell me your thoughts in the comment section below. Now, here is the stupid news of the year. I've always told you, I don't buy into these grandiose announcements. Here are some of the grandiose announcements, which when they announce is like headlines, free publicity, but then the follow-up, there's nothing. Like, for example, you remember the Emirati businessman will tow the Iceberg to UAE and give fresh water? What happened to that news? They made a big noise. They got free publicity. Everyone in the world was talking about what happened. Nobody cares. Now, you remember I posted that video, if you Google search that, one of the sheikhs may be dead. Okay. Turned out to be, he's not dead. Sheikh Khalifa is still alive. Okay. But I want you to watch his video. Watch this video. I'm putting the link. See how Sheikh Khalifa was before and have a look at this video. I mean, does this video even look genuine? Genuine in the sense, I'm not saying that that's a fake character. He's actually, okay, Sheikh Khalifa. Although we have body doubles and all that. Okay, fine. Let's not get into that. But does this look like the video of a man who is in his prime? Does it look like a guy who is in perfect control of his mind, who's sharp, who can make decisions? Or does he look like an old man who is just, he looks so frail. He's wearing white shoes. He's just laughing. it looks so strange. Sheikh Khalifa used to never laugh like this. He used to never smirk like this. He always had that grumpy face, that angry face. And now he's like, you know, I'm not trying to make fun of him. His age is caught up. I don't know whether his brain cells are working anymore, or is he just an old man who is just on life support? So I don't know why they're even showing his video. It actually is doing more harm than good by showing it. Maybe they want to show that he's alive as a leader, don't panic. But I just feel it looks very bad for a country where the leader is looking weak. That's why you had Roosevelt, who even though had a wheelchair, he preferred not to be shown on the wheelchair because it is a sign of weakness. That's why leaders like Putin versus George Bush, when they're walking, Putin always shows a stride. When leaders try to, say, welcome, they'll always put their hand on top to show, I'm in control of you. When they shake hands, why do you think Donald Trump shakes hand in a very odd way? He wants to show, I'm in power, I'm holding you, my body language is strong. So, body language does matter. And then this news, I don't know how to react to this, but you can tell me how to react. Sheikh Hamdan comes in the news. So I thought, okay, Sheikh Hamdan is coming in the news. There must be some big announcement. He's going to do something amazing. He is going to take over Sheikh Mohammed and he is going to make some amazing decisions because now he's taking over. His father is nearly in his 70s. So Sheikh Hamdan creates, and I was like, yes, he's going to create 2 new job titles. And I was like, he's going to create 2 new job titles. What the hell is that supposed to mean? So then I read the article and it says, His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum bin means son of Rashid Al Maktoum, the Crown Prince of Dubai and the Chairman of the Executive Council of Dubai, announced on Tuesday he's creating 2 new job titles. And the titles are Happiness Champion. Okay. Is now going to be called as Smart City Experience Specialist. Ta-da! And the second one, while a champion working in the human resource-oriented roles will be called Work Environment Specialist. Ta-da! And this was the announcement. What? Seriously. What is this going to do to the country? Does this bring any revenue? Does this increase sales? Does this, increase exports? Does it solve the unemployment issues? What does it do? Seriously, what the fuck is a happiness champion? Da-da-da. Happy, happy, la, 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 la. It's not me hating on the guy, okay? Don't get me wrong. Sheikh Hamdan is a good-looking chap. He is smart. He's articulate. He has gone to the best universities. He's rich. He's powerful. But what is this? Then it's like me naming my dogs from, Bobo and Shushi. That's my dog's names, to Fifi Fofo. That's my announcement. It's like me putting a new announcement on YouTube. Guys, there's going to be a major announcement. And the major announcement is my dogs, Bobo and Shushi, is going to be called Fifi and Fofo. That's the news. Yeah. And you'll be like, what the fuck did you just say? So the point I'm trying to say is, I don't understand what the fuck is this. I mean, I don't know, man. Okay, this is not me hating on him. You can give me your honest views. Do you seriously think something like this should even be in the news? Creating these new titles of happiness. What? Happiness? Where is this? Happiness Champion to Smart City Experience Specialist. I don't know. What is it going to do? Okay, moving on. This is another news which I don't know whether it's true or false. You tell me if it's true or false. It seems 500,000 people, or 400,000, less than half, 400,000 people have got rich in UAE, have got a lot of money. And how did they get the money? Through national bonds. It seems in 2019, 62,500 UAE residents got cash through the reward programs. Not once, not twice, but sometimes more than that, 3 times, 4 times. A total of 409,029 people in 2019. So if anybody who's watching, the 400,000 people, the 500,000, if there's any one of you who has won anything from national bonds, please send me a message so I know that this is true, because I've received messages from people who said that they just wasted their money in national bonds. This is not me hating, I'm telling you the fact. People have sent me with their certificate copy, I've lost money on national bonds, not got anything. But this news says people are winning lots of money. Yes, I'm aware of people winning the raffle, the car, the Abu Dhabi duty free. But national bonds, have you purchased? Have you won? Let me know. Okay. Speaking about same hyped up news, here you have Ajman's Crown Prince is going to, not done, going to invest 1 billion. So Ajman Crown Prince has announced a whooping 1 billion. Da-da, da-da. Okay. He's going to invest in Ajman. And guess in what? In medicine, medical, because obviously they can chop, cut, and do all surgery. And which is the honorable, memorable, great name? Tumbai. And if you do not know who's Tumbai, just Google search Loy Machedo Tumbai. Tumbai is that hospital run by Indian management that has not paid salaries for months, that forces its employees, this is not me talking, this is employees who have written to me, that employees are forced to eat in their restaurant, which is overpriced. They are not paid salaries for months, and if you want to resign or leave, they make life miserable for you, and there's no growth. So many people wrote to me, just Google search Loy Machedo Tumbai Group. This is what people who have worked in Tumbai Group have written to me. Okay, so this group of hospitals, where their own employees have written to me that they don't pay salaries on time, they treat employees like shit. This company is going to expand in Ajman, that also Ajman, which is like never taken seriously. If you're in UAE, you know that. Dubai is wow. Sharjah is okay. Ajman is like, yeah, okay. So they are going to have 1 billion in Ajman. They're going to build a hospital, they're going to build a university, state of the art, whatever. Here's my challenge to you on this. I would like to see, when do they build this 1 billion facility? When does it open? When does it run? Okay, so today is the 1st January 2020. Let's hope I and you are still alive in the next 5 years or 10 years, that this 1 billion will actually happen. So if 1 billion was not enough, you have Abu Dhabi said, your thing is so big, 1 billion. Ours is 8 billion. So 8 times bigger. Abu Dhabi says that we are going to make Abu Dhabi the most livable city, spending 8 billion. Da-dang! So 1 billion is so big. 1 inch. Ours is 8 inch. It's 8 billion. Da-da. And Dubai doesn't want to be outdone. Ajman, yours is 1 inch big. Ha 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 ha. Abu Dhabi's is 8 inch big. Ha 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 ha. Ours is very big. So Sheikh Mo says, we are going to invest 196 billion. Da-da. So Dubai's expenditure is going to be 196 billion. Ajman is 1 billion. Abu Dhabi's is 8 billion. Ours is 196 billion. Music. The only problem is First, they have to pay the 21 billion, which they have to pay to the banks and the international banks and everyone else. They have to sort that problem out. They have to pay and help Emiratis get jobs. And then they have to pay all the contractors for Expo 2020 and all that. They have to make Expo turn. And then hopefully they have to earn this money. The only question is, how will you earn this money? There's only one way. Hidden charges. Don't tell anyone. Hidden charges, fine, police fine, mukhalfa, municipality fine. I'll come to that. There's one report on that. Then Salik, my dick charges. No, take my dick. Okay. Then visa charges. Oh, open company, no problem, open company. Just pay the money. So all this will happen. I'm just saying. And UAE is also being famous overseas. What do I mean by that? Okay, the first one, Arabian business. You know this. NMC, New Medical Center, B.R. Shetty, the visionary Indian the great visionary B.R. Shetty. When he is in UAE, you'll notice this. He says, Allah blessed me. Allah blessed me. Just see the videos. But when he goes to India, Bhagwan blessed me. Suddenly, Allah becomes Bhagwan. I'm pretty sure if he goes to a Christian country, Jesus blessed me. So, his God is very flexible. He is a very open-hearted man. He's flexible. So, I don't say anything wrong. He's a visionary. He has worked hard work. And he became a billionaire. However, sadly, it seems that NMC is getting fantastic problems because he became a billionaire after putting his company in international stock market in the UK. But what is happening is the international market is exposing a lot of loopholes, because of which he only lost 820 million. But they claim that, no, you're wrong. We are very transparent. We'll buy back the shares. However, the value of NMC has been slipping. It seems went down 25%. I hope they find a solution to this. And the reason I'm sharing this is because NMC is primarily based in UAE, and this affects the UAE's name. And if you thought UAE had only that problem to worry about, UAE is being made famous thanks to Al Jazeera. There's US intelligence agents helped build UAE's secret surveillance unit. It seems that they are employing the services which I've already spoken to you in the previous videos of how they can hack into your phone, into your system, using Israeli technology, which they are going to employ full force during Expo 2020, just to make sure there's no bomb blast or there's no Houthis. I did get an email, but I don't know whether I should share this. But a guy has sent me an email with a YouTube video link of exposés stating, even on Reddit, that Houthi rebels from Yemen are going to bomb Expo 2020. And there are comments there. Now, I don't know how far this is true. I don't know how far this image is actually valid. I don't know how far people can actually post these comments. I don't know if these are even fake accounts. So I'm just sharing with you what I've received. It seems that Yemeni Houthi rebels are planning to attack. I did share with you in my previous video Twitter account of investigative journalist who shared very openly that Yemeni Houthi rebels have threatened the UAE, stating that your glass buildings are going to be next targeted. So obviously UAE is worried because UAE prides itself for security. I would never wish, I'm telling you honestly, I would never wish anything bad to happen to UAE, because there are people I love, people I know who are staying in UAE, so I don't want anything bad to happen to them. But UAE has to make sure that it protects its security, so it's teaming up with Israel, and it's teaming up with ex-CIA, ex-FBI, ex-White House officials to make sure that UAE is very safe and secure. UAE is also being lobbying to ensure that there is the ban to get drones, to get technology, to get military equipment is lifted. Now, in case you would say that Loy, Al Jazeera is only putting out fake news or negative news against UAE, this news is not from Al Jazeera, it's from Reuters. Reuters.com has said that UAE has lobbied several European countries to ease restrictions of weapons exports to the Gulf. And the reason why UAE is facing a tough time because UAE and Saudi are embroiled in the controversy of killings that are there in Yemen. Thousands, tens of thousands of people in Yemen have died. You can Google search, don't have to believe me. Millions are being pushed into famine. Children are getting killed every day. They are bombing hospitals. They are bombing places, schools, places of worship. So Germany has imposed a ban from March 2018 as per Reuters. And you have in the forefront, surprisingly, Al-Jaber, Sultan Al-Jaber, who is UAE's special envoy. He is the chief executive of state-run ADNOC. Okay, so he's the big power brand in Abu Dhabi. He has been carrying the UAE flag and trying. They were unsuccessful. Norway, they were unsuccessful until now. Germany, they're still trying. But let's see if they do manage to succeed or not. And the biggest scandal that is taking place for UAE is right now not the ToTok, the chatting app. And by the way, I did get screenshots from people where that chatting app is now officially being identified as a malware. It's spying on your phone. So Android devices and even Apple devices, if you scan and ToTok is there, it identifies it as a threat to your security and it deletes it automatically. Okay. That's why it's not available on the Apple website, on the App Store or on the Android store. This is not me giving you fake news. This is actual. So you can tell me, for those who say that I keep sharing fake news, why is this happening? You have New York Times, you have Al Jazeera, you have Twitter.com, you have NewsR. All these international global outlets are reporting that UAE has sought influence in the US election to have either Hillary Clinton or to have Donald Trump in the position of power. And they have this 64-page document that clearly states that the UAE Crown Prince, one of the most powerful people in UAE, funneled $3.5 million in campaign contributions to the key chief people. Now, I don't say that this is bad. I don't say this is good. This is part of politics. UAE needs to, whatever it can, to ensure that its country benefits. Qatar is doing that. UAE would do that. Saudi is doing that. US is doing that. India is doing that. So all the countries would do whatever it takes to, take care of their country, to keep their house in order. So I don't say anything UAE is doing is wrong. However, the problem is how the media portrays it is a big question. So, but here what they're trying to do is really smear UAE's name in a really bad way because the spotlight is on George Nader, who is having a really scandalous reputation right now, and they're associating him with the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Zayed. So that's another big controversy. Talking of controversies, these are bits of news where UAE is portrayed in a really bad light. Reuters says that the Serbian editor, what's his name? Stevan Dogcinovic, who's the editor of Serbia's investigative web-based media, that is Portal KRIK, which is known for exposing corruption and organized crime. He was banned from entering UAE because he has written on several, he has exposed several politicians, exposed several crime bosses. He was actually going to speak in a UN conference on corruption, but they banned him from entering. I was wondering why, but then it kind of made sense because in 2015, this guy, Dogcinovic, or whatever his name is, Stevan, let's call him Stevan. In 2015, he was banned from entering Russia. So he's the enemy of Russia, Putin. So UAE and Russia are very close. Putin visited UAE, got an amazing welcome. So Russia, I'm pretty sure, flexed his muscles and told UAE, you want our support? Don't let this guy come in. So UAE said, fine, we're good friends with you. So if Pakistan can do that and say, no, I'll not come to the Muslim summit that was organized in Malaysia, with Saudi flexing its muscles. Russia must have flexed its muscles and said no to this guy. So UAE is not to blame. It's just a game of politics. UAE is trying to resolve its bad image. So DarkMatter, which was all over the news, especially with Reuters exposing it, in consultancy Middleeast.com, CEO Faisal Al-Banai sells the cyber consultancy DarkMatter. They just sell it off. And so now he is part of, that is Faisal Al-Banani is part of leading UAE's National Defense Group, which makes him a very powerful individual. Okay. Now, in case you heard the name Faisal Al-Banani, well, he was the CEO of Axim Telecom. Those amazing ads, that amazing brand, he was the one who founded it. Now he's the CEO of a new defense group for UAE, that is Edge. Nice name. It has 12,000 employees, both government, and it has independent contractors, that is from US, UK, all the people who have retired from FBI, CIA, they employ them. And guess what? UAE, it seems, is officially been declared as the world's top 15, among the top 15 biggest military spenders in the world, as per in coordination with their GDP. So UAE is at the top. So UAE is taking its security way too seriously. Okay. Now, I don't know if this next news is good news or bad news, but IKEA in UAE advertised for 200 jobs. More than 90,000 people applied. So IKEA is saying, wants to show this news as, yay, see how many people love our brand. But I look at it as, you have 90,000 people who are unemployed. I mean, that's crazy, man. 90,000 people applying for this job. So you can imagine the desperation. Talking about desperation, you have a Pakistani celebrity, female celebrity, who was harassed in Dubai shopping center. I mean, what the fuck are you doing? You're talking of Pakistani men, you know, they are, you know, they see a female, they jump. It would have been the same if you're talking of a female going to an Indian celebrity going into some local area where laborers are there. Even in Delhi, they have the same problem. If a beautiful girl is there and there's a big crowd, they will misbehave. So it's very dangerous. I hope this female gets some common sense and next time takes security guys with guns. Okay. I'm pretty surprised that this website is easily accessible in UAE. Famproperties.com gives, if you check this website, I'll put the link, they show you properties, the progress, but why it baffled me is it actually shows you properties which have been 10 years, like 10 years old and still not completed. 10 years. Buildings are still being constructed and it's like 20% or 18%. So I don't know how far this website is accessible to UAE, but if it is, just let me know. And what do you think? Does this add any good positive image or is it all negative? Talking about positive and negative, you have Indian High School CEO, the Honorable Long-Standing CEO, Ashok Kumar, not retired, sorry, he was replaced after 23 years of service and no explanation was given. Wow, I wonder why. Mr. Kumar was relieved of his duties according to Girish Jetwani, who and the recently appointed chairman, and was replaced by Puneet M.K. Vasu, a former alumnus of the school. So I wonder why Mr. Ashok Kumar was replaced. I really wonder why. Because as per this article, he has been an award-winning educationalist, award-winning author. He led Indian High School to an outstanding KHDA rating, the only CBSE school that got this great award. He was also the member of KHDA. He was also the founder of CBSE affiliated schools. He was such a great man. He also won the Lifetime Award in the GESS education in 2019. Such a great man in Dubai, in UAE. But now he has been replaced. Why? Do you know why? Check one of my previous videos and you'll know why. Anyway, I don't want to say it. Okay, next one. I found this funny, this article funny. Gulfnews.com says, 40% of the employees didn't get any salary in the last 2 years. Shit, yeah. How sad. They did not get any salary. But you know, why am I sharing this? Because this great recruitment company, Tiger, yeah, recruitment says, salaries is not important at all. It's not. No. People come to UAE not to get good salaries. No, yeah, no. They, as per them, candidates cited, as per their amazing analysis, people come to UAE not to get a big salary. They come to UAE to get a great working environment, to get job security, to get work-life balance. Work-life balance. Oh, spend quality time at home with their family. Spend quality time in the office. Only 8 hours in the office, 6 hours, 8 hours, 5 days a week, and then spend time at home. People come to UAE for this. They don't leave their country. They don't leave people who they know to UAE to earn money. No. They come only for work-life balance. They come for job security. They come for that beautiful professional environment in the Middle East. Wow. Tiger recruitment. Okay. And then you have this news from Gulf News. UAE holiday owners, okay, they're left in a lurch. I was like, what happened to them? So long story short, people purchased, houses for whatever. Let's say, example, I purchased this apartment for 1 million and I decided to put it on for rent. Okay, you can pay 100,000 to stay in my house for, let's say, my apartment for 1 year. However, suddenly out of the blue, I get this company that says, Loy, you want 100,000? I will, sublease it for you and I will pay you the checks. You don't have to worry, you can relax. Okay, so I was like, wow, he's going to pay me 100,000. Take it, man. I signed the document and I said yes to this guy. This guy, he sells it, gets people, sells it means he rents it out, gets people. So now I am waiting. Oh, there are people staying in my apartment. I will get the money. Wait. Where is the money? Oh, I have the checks, yes. So go to the bank, present the check bounce, toin, the bounce, toin. In Dubai, bouncing is like dribbling, like basketball, bounce. So it bounced. So I get very angry. How dare it bounce? I go to the company. But guess what? The company closed down. Where are these guys? Oh, I have their card. Let me call the number. Hello? Oh, I'm sorry. This number is no longer operational. Please leave a voice message. Yay! I try the mobile phone. It's dead. I go to the office. Nobody's there. So finally I get very angry. What do? I go to the government, because government is there to protect me. I go to the government. They say, Yakhi, you have complained, no problem. Please register. We will check. The registration is a bit money. So I pay them. Then they say, Yakhi, this is not here. You have to go somewhere else. Then I go there. I register again. Obviously register. It's not my father's company. Okay, wait. Then they say, not here. You go to court. Oh, we go to court. Then lawyer fee, court fee, this fee, that fee. By the time 1 year, that guy who stayed there, because I can't throw him out. He has signed a legal document with this guy. And I can't do anything because he has paid this guy. And this guy is run away. And I got bamboozled. This is what actually happened. Okay. So, my house, which was for 100,000, this guy put it in the paper for 60,000. So people who were thinking of moving in, wow, such a cheap house, I'll pay right now. They gave the checks. They said, give lump sum payment or whatever. Then cash the checks and they ran away. So Dawn Holiday Homes Rental and the place, Holiday Homes LLC, they closed down the office. They ran away, took all the money. Now, my house, somebody is staying there. I can't throw him out because legally he has signed, he has paid money. So I can't throw him out and I can't stay also. So I'm jacked. This guy, he paid, he's enjoying cheap house. These people got the money free. I'm fucked. This is the reason why people don't want to invest in UAE. This is why the UAE market makes big promises, but it doesn't have a system to deliver. They don't have the laws to protect the people. Okay, and I'll speak more on it in the next example, which is coming. Talking about apartments, well, guess what? The erection, the erection, big Burj Khalifa, the Happy New Year thing. At the top, where people go at the top to see UAE small buildings and take one photo for 199 or 299 or 499, whatever, 1 dirham less. So 500 dirhams. It seems it's for sale. So if you're planning to buy, it's only $1 billion. Only $1 billion. You can buy that nice place, get people come take photo, make some money. I wonder why they're selling 1 billion, only 1 billion. So in case you want. And like I told you before, ToTok, which was a nice app for free, is no longer available. When I posted the video and told people, ToTok is spyware, they're like, Loy, you're a UAE hater. I gave the logic. I told you that time. Skype was there for so many years. They banned that. Facebook Messenger was there for so many years. They don't allow that. WhatsApp, which is the most popular, it's already there. All this, they will not allow. But they'll use ToTok. So why? It was very obvious. They want everyone to use this. Because the only other option is Botim, paid app. So guys, no need to pay. Take for free. So everyone like idiots jumped on this. I told everyone, listen, this, what you're doing for free is something fishy. And that's something fishy, if you connect the dots, DarkMatter, Israel, recruiting FBI, CIA agents, retired. I told, people said no. Now, just Google search, ToTok is not available anywhere. And the screenshot ToTok is a malware, which was shared to me by people. So now you tell me, is this fake news? Is it real news? Okay. Expats who have written to me, this one was shared to me by a Brit in UAE. He says, Loy, read this. It's a Guardian. This speaks about Matthew Hedges, who is a PhD candidate at Durham University. He was held in UAE from May to November 2018. He was put into jail for conducting a study. Just imagine, a PhD candidate, okay? The whole article, I'll put the link below. The whole article is, he was held for 7 months in horrific conditions. He was put in a windowless room. He was interrogated for 6 weeks. He was denied access to a lawyer. He was denied appropriate consular assistance. He was kept in solitary confinement. That means in a room, nobody's there. You don't have phone, you don't have internet, you have nothing, just in a room. They gave him a cocktail of drugs, which he became addicted to. And now he's trying to get away by, taking a treatment for it. He's suffering from PTSD, that is post-traumatic stress disorder. I hope I got that full form right. And he suffers from anxiety. They use a lot of techniques which are rather questionable. He was forced to sign a confession. He was jailed for life. However, the only reason he was released is because his wife didn't stop fighting for his freedom. And the reason why they let him go is because at the end of the day, she, published it all across the world. It was everywhere. UAE, and what he says in this article that UAE likes to portray itself as a liberal, tolerant oasis. These are his words. He says UAE likes to portray itself as a tolerant oasis, but it's totally a sham because its justice system, the laws change regularly. The laws are written in such broad language that it can be misunderstood, misinterpreted. In fact, you just have to Google search detained in Dubai. This lady has been speaking about such cases. In fact, two of the ones that were spoken last year was Ali Isa Ahmed, another British citizen who went to UAE to attend a football cup. But because it was a game between Qatar and Iraq, but because he wore a Qatari football shirt, he was arrested, beaten, and interrogated and kept in prison for several days without food and water. Then you have Laleh Shah Ravesh, who was arrested and threatened for 2 years just because she posted something about her ex-husband, about his new wife. His wife complained that she defamed her and she was arrested for 2 years in jail. I don't know, did she actually spend those 2 years in jail? I'm not too sure, but Dubai released them because it didn't want to ruin its reputation. That is why I tell people, listen, if you have any checks, if you have any payments, just don't pass by the Middle East. Just don't, because even the Interpol is scooping up people and keeping them there. In fact, this one, a British father, 36, Atif Khalik, he flew to UAE for a holiday and now he's being held there because of unpaid loans and credit cards. 3 years. Okay. Now, here's the funny bit. He didn't actually take the loans. He didn't actually take the credit cards. Scammers stole his identity in a Dubai fake job offer. And, now he's been held on account of an identity theft and they're not letting him go. I don't know if they have let him go, but now he is there. And last but not the least, I was pretty shocked. I got this news just now. That UAE freezes the assets of an Emirati, okay? An Emirati who tweeted about Sultan bin Zayed's death. Now, this article, which is the Middle East Monitor, there are a lot of citizens who are actually very afraid, and that is why some of them even comment on my YouTube videos, but obviously their accounts are not real. They want to keep themselves hidden. This guy, I don't know why did he put his real identity, but Emirati dissident. Dissident is a person who opposes an official policy, especially that of an authoritative state. So this Emirati citizen, he announced on Thursday that the UAE authorities have frozen his bank account at Dubai Islamic Bank. That's why I tell people, be careful if you have a UAE local bank account. Because he discussed the death of Sheikh Sultan bin Zayed, who is the half-brother of Abu Dhabi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Zayed. And this Emirati guy, is an academic. His name is Yusuf Al-Yusuf. And this is what he tweeted. He tweeted, imagine what is happening in a country run by childish men. This is what he has said. This is a foolish decision. I do not know if Mohammed bin Zayed knows about it or not. However, I'd like to remind him of the following. First, my money is legitimately earned and sanctified with zakat. I don't know what is zakat. Okay, I think it's a Islamic thing that's pure or something. Secondly, you know that I'm not involved in any lawsuits. I've not infringed the rights of anyone. So you can only take disciplinary measures against me if there's a court case sentence, unless you'll be fabricating a political case in your unfair judiciary as usual. Al-Yusuf continued, I demand you, Mohammed bin Zayed, to those who stole some $12 billion in sovereign fund a few years ago, unless you're a partner in this theft, rather than unfreezing my funds and those of my partners who have nothing to do with my disagreement with you. I'm pretty surprised that a citizen of the country would actually do this. I'm not surprised that his, bank account is frozen. But then what surprises me is you're still aggravating the matter by, tweeting this. In the end, I always tell people, UAE will stay, it'll remain there, but you as a person, you can't fight the system. So, anyway, you can let me know your thoughts. This one was shared to me by an Indian guy. He was in UAE. Long story short, he had given this long letter. I censored his name. Okay, long story short about this company. This guy, he was promised, this is nothing new. He was promised a job with a particular salary. In this case, he was promised 3,000 dirhams. And he came down to Dubai. He was on visit. He worked for this company. But after that, they didn't pay him his salary. So he wanted to cancel and go back. But as he was exiting the country, he found out they didn't process his documents. He overstayed the country. So instead of being paid anything, he didn't get paid. On top of that, he had to pay a fine of 4,500 dirhams at the airport. Otherwise, he was going to be jailed until he paid the money. So his friends put in the money together and they paid him. And he's sad because in this letter, he says, I worked for 12 to 15 hours a day. I never took a day off. And I ended up not being paid anything or that. On top of that, I paid money. And now I went back to India, and he's saying that he will never forget what has happened, and he'll never go there because all his money is gone, and he lost his money and his father's hard-earned money. But I've censored his name. And this was okay. Before I do go to the next one, what do you think? Do you think this is very common? I feel this is very common, especially from people from South India, especially Kerala. This seems to be happening very frequently. So, do you know anybody who has gone through this? And if yes, do send me an email or a message. I'll share it if it's a story worth sharing with people. This gentleman sent me these two photographs. This is from, I think this is Mall of the Emirates. What he said is Johnny Rockets restaurant in Sheikh Zayed Road, which has been in Dubai since 2008. If you go and order food there, now it takes very longer because it seems it has only one cook and one waiter preparing the food. Apparently, staff have not been paid in 3 months and the cook is on part-time. The restaurant will be closing down soon. Johnny Rockets in Sheikh Zayed Road, okay? Applebee's has closed down. And if you call Applebee's, now it seems the number is now picked up by some Dine Best. Tribes Grill closed last month. And he shared with me a photograph of the Mall of the Emirates. It seems Paris Gallery had a very large store, ridiculously large. It closed down. Paris Gallery is pretty infamous for not paying salaries on time or giving very less salaries. An Italian restaurant close to PF Chang, I remember seeing it there. It's also closed down. Well, when business is not there, rents are high, overheads are high, it'll close down. Okay, coming towards the ending, this one was shared to me by a gentleman who forwarded this. It seems that he went to Khartoum and they stamped it 32nd December 2019. Very interesting, 32nd December. And for those people who didn't see this article, some got offended when I put Salman Khan photograph, then Amir Khan and Shah Rukh Khan, and I put their photograph with, Sadhguru. He's also posing there. So some people got offended by this. And last but not the least, I normally like to leave the videos on a positive note, but however, I like to leave it on a cautionary note. This is the photograph of my friend's vehicle in UAE. He got smashed into by another car. He doesn't drink. He doesn't drive fast. He has a family. Fortunately, he was alone in the car. He was not with his children. And this car is smashed beyond means. It's a write-off. Fortunately, he's alive. The guy rammed into him. And, I tell people, please drive safely. Please. Especially if it's New Year, especially if it's any party. In his case, he didn't go for any party. He was just coming from work. And this is what happened. So, anyway, this is the roundup of all the news and events that I wanted to share with you. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Good, bad, ugly, I always share them. Do support my channel by watching the ads. If you want to share, do share. You put your comments. I never delete them. And if you'd like to, support the channel by sending a little bit of money, I always appreciate. Yeah, this is me signing off for now. If you have to get in touch with me, please, my details are put down below. Everything will be kept confidential. I really hope and pray that you don't go through any of the job changes that are going, happening in the market. This is me signing off for now. Thank you for watching. Take care.